And I'm not the biggest fan of chickens. I don't like how they're just like real sporadic. I was also going to give you a little update on the tater patch. Good morning, y'all. So I'm down here trying to finish this dozen of eggs. One thing we kind of started doing once we got several chickens is I sell our eggs to, if I have extras, to the local community, but mainly to the renters with the Airbnbs that I clean. So we had a request for 3 dozen. We currently have 11 chickens, and so we get anywhere from like 10 to 11 eggs a day. But I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shy from making this 3rd dozen for these folks coming in. So let's see how many we have. I hope they've laid me some. Oh, hey ladies. Let's see. Oh no, I don't see any. Are you all sitting on the eggs? Can you move so I can see? And I'm not the biggest fan of chickens. I don't like how they're just like real sporadic. Hey, can I see if you have any eggs? Miss Buff Orphan, you're real nice and you look like you're probably covering several eggs. Can I see? Oh, okay, you don't have any. Don't peck me. Hey. Okay, so the redder one is not sitting on any. She's hopefully maybe laying one. But the Buff Orphan, there's only 1 egg under there. So I'm gonna have to wait till a little later, I guess. I guess check in at 11, which I do have the 2, so I can always, and they're there till like Saturday. So I can always maybe drop off the 2 and be like, I'll bring the other one this afternoon, because by this afternoon they'll definitely have laid several eggs. But I was hoping they had laid a few by now. Oh well. Well, y'all, a little update on the baler. So, the first problem we had was one of the springs broke. So we got that fixed, and then shortly after that, which this baler has a monitor inside the tractor, and it has, he's gonna fill them up with diesel, but it has an automatic tie on it, but it doesn't work. Dakota did have the automatic tie hooked into a cigarette lighter, which is what the adapter was, but when he talked to the people that we bought the baler from, they said sometimes that doesn't produce enough power to control the monitor correctly. So they suggested that he hardwire it to the battery. So he did that. And it worked a few times, and then it quit. So he's been having to learn like the manual tie or whatever, and that's a whole nother thing. And so anyways, I guess now our 3rd option is going to be, they said that in the monitor there's a battery that has to be sent off, like the monitor has to be sent off. It's fueling up. The monitor has to be sent off and the battery has to be replaced inside the monitor. So I guess that's what the route we're gonna have to go, but we're hoping that we can limp it, that he can manual tie it until we're done with first cutting, because you don't know how long it's gonna be gone. And I just thought of this, and hopefully you can even get the battery nowadays, because that's a whole nother thing. Sometimes you can't even get the parts that you need. But anyways, so yeah, just learning the baler and working out the kinks, because always something to learn or figure out.
I hope not.
Stetson loves checking out the hay bales. These hay bales are like solid. Hey y'all. So we are on another adventure to find Dakota and take him some baling twine that I picked up today. So let's go see if we can find him. Hopefully he's not done yet. Stetson was taking a nap and I had to wake him up. So I watched that video, first video I took just a minute ago back, and I didn't mean to say hopefully he's not done. Hopefully he is done. That would be a miracle. What I meant to say was hopefully he's gone out of baling twine because he had messaged me and I had just laid Stetson down for a short nap. So please, not out. Getting ready to find out. Well, I met them on the road. Luckily, there's a spot where it's big enough for them to get by. Well, woohoo! Hopefully this is a good sign. Alright, so he didn't run out of twine. Woot woot. And he got it all baled, so heck yes. Tomorrow we will move it in the barn, and hopefully it hasn't, well, if it's got rained on and all, we won't move it in the barn. But if it doesn't get rained on, some of it will be moved in the barn. Just have to wait and see how it goes. The shirt is so bumpy. Y'all, it is humid. But instead of starting hauling the hay tomorrow, we're starting this evening. So we're gonna haul a couple loads and call it good for today, and then that way tomorrow we only have another load or two, just in case it decides to rain, because it's very, very sticky and humid. So while Dakota's loading hay, I figured I would talk to you for a minute. And Stetson is with my father-in-law, Dakota's dad. So, you know, I'm just sitting here. I don't get to do that often. But, so the baler is still not working right, which I know we talked about that yesterday evening. But Dakota thought he had the manual tie kind of figured out and we could, you know, limp it to get done, which he's still gonna try to do, but he says he thought he had the manual tie figured out, but he does not. So that's fun. It really irritates him. So he's gonna try this weekend to cut the rest of the fields that we have, which I think, my hands are filthy. I think we have 4 or 5 left. One of those is our biggest field, but the other ones, you know, aren't too bad. It's just moving from place to place. But one thing I really wanted to talk about was the difference in the bales. So our baler, we've had it, the other one before this new one, we had it since like 2014. So quite a while. So Dakota had it figured out, you know, it was pretty basic. And everything, and we had it like we knew that we would feed our cows like how many bales we would feed our cows like every 2 days. But now Dakota's really good at judging hay fields. Like if it compares to like how it was last year, it was this year, he's really good at that. So what's concerning, well, I don't know if it's concerning, but what I'm getting at is, so we're not getting the same amount of hay bales in fields that we have in the past. But Dakota has said the hay is just as good. So, I mean, we're thinking, which obviously, hold on. Okay, sorry, there was a mosquito that was driving me crazy. But what I'm getting at is we're not getting as many bales in a field as we were last year. Granted, we know this bale is wrapping a tighter roll. And, you know, balers are just different. But Dakota's dad, who helps us in the hay, he rakes for Dakota when I'm not able to, and it's just not worked out yet this year. But anyways, so he seems to think that, let's say hypothetically last year we baled 25 bales in a field. This year we would only be getting 20, even though they're both 4x5 bales. But these bales are super heavy and everything, but it's kind of making Dakota a little nervous. Because, you know, we have our range of hay bales we like to have going into wintertime, and Dakota keeps a list. Like, he could probably tell you years ago, like, how many bales we got out of a certain field. So, I mean, he knows exactly, like, how many bales we got out of what field last year and can compare that to this year, and it's significantly less. So he's kind of, you know, worried that we're not going to have enough hay this year. I always tell him, like, somehow the good Lord always gives us what we need. But I do think the baler, I mean, it is a really heavy bale. So I don't know. I mean, we won't know till wintertime, till we see how the cows do with a bale and see how long it takes them to eat a bale. So it could be that it's like each one of these bales is equal to like a bale and a half or a bale and 3/4 of an old bale. So I don't know, but those are just the current farmer thoughts. Those are kind of like the conversations that we have off camera that I'm always like, man, I wish we could, you know, I love, Dakota has so much knowledge and I wish I could video him more, but he does not like to be on camera. Y'all know that. He's getting a little better. But he has so much knowledge, and I wish I could video more of those just candid moments, but we'll try to get better. But yeah, so I don't know, this year is just, I mean, I'm thankful we got this new baler, but it's kind of like, oh, this really wasn't the year to really experiment with, kind of, because, you know, everything's so expensive as it is, and we don't know what we'll be going into wintertime. But okay, that's enough now. All right, y'all, I'm super nervous because this field is gonna have a full load of hay bales, and this is, which he's going to get 2 more, but this is extremely heavy, and he's got to go down this hill. You can see the tractor right here. It's a really not a great of a grade on the land here. It's always hard to tell in videos, but he has to go down. There's a road in this like dirt pile right here that the owner has made. Oh goodness. I must add, this is the first year that we have cut this field. This guy from out of town bought it, I guess, the end of last year. And he asked us if we would cut the hay off of it. And we're like, well, Dakota come and looked at it. And then he was like, of course. So Dakota said it was actually better than he had expected it to be. He figured it would be really weedy, but he said it was actually pretty good. So I'm just not looking forward to this. This is the part of farming that I won't ever be able to do. And then I know they say never, but I didn't say never, I said ever. But my nerves cannot handle this stuff, like hauling or pulling this full load of hay down this hill. No. Thank you, Jesus. I couldn't even video until he was safely down there. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm standing here at the fence while Dakota is loading hay and I'm with the cows. Our 3 Beefmaster Charolais crosses are starting to sack up. So we will have babies soon and we're so excited. I'm so excited because Reba's gonna have her first baby. And y'all know I love Reba. My goodness, she's just the prettiest thing. I cannot wait to see what her baby looks like. Oh my goodness. Well, we're back hauling hay again this evening. Be the last load. So we got a heck of a storm last night that was not expected. Thankful we had all the hay in the rolls, and it's been pretty, like the wind's been blowing. It's been pretty warm today, so the bales have dried out. Dakota come and checked them earlier. Of course, we will watch them very closely, but I think we'll be okay. But I was also going to give you a little update on the tater patch. I know y'all like the updates on the tater patch, but this is a potato and rye patch, it seems. I was telling Dakota, luckily the potatoes grow under the ground, so the rye shouldn't really do anything. The potatoes are right here. You can see their leaves. But yeah, look. We had planted some rye in here, I guess maybe last year after we planted corn, to kind of put some stuff back in the soil, but it decided to come back again. Which we didn't like round up or anything. We kind of try to keep everything all natural. Not that anything is wrong with that, but we just didn't do that this year. I went ahead and picked up one for him. I've never really tried stacking it on the trailer though. Dakota is quite particular, if y'all haven't noticed. So he prefers to just do it himself most of the time. So. Well, he put that one I had on the trailer, but when he was stopped getting the gate, where am I? Not far enough. Oh my gosh, we gotta find it. Oh, just follow the tracks. Oh man, okay, so he was stopped closing the gate back here. There's 2 gates, which I was going to do, but again, he's particular, and he's like, I'll just do it, because he had a specific way he wanted it to be latched. So anyways, while he was closing this gate up here, one of the bales fell off the trailer, so we'll have to go back and get that. But luckily, he said it didn't come apart, so that's good. So originally, he said he was going to put most of it in the barn, but since checking it again and filling the bottom didn't get quite dried out, and then like having to stack it and stuff, he's decided to put it all outside just to be on the safe side. Well, Dakota's off to get the bale that rolled off and one more that's in the field, and all that hay's put up. It's organized. It's not put in the barn, it's organized. So anyways, I can't remember if I said this in an earlier video. I think I did, but he's gonna try to cut again Friday or Saturday, and is gonna cut all the fields we have left. So hope the weather stays good. We'll see, only time will tell.